Miami girl, born and raised, and a true fan of Issa Rae, I can't lie, I am going to be judging this new show very hard because I have high expectations, like real high. So with that being said, let's get into my recap of the first 2 episodes of Rap Shit. What's up, ladies, gents, queens, kings, and commentators? It's the one and only, you can't call me queen, baby. Welcome to my channel, and as always, we are recapping or reviewing a movie or series that must be talked about. And in this video, we are recapping season 1, episode 1 of HBO Max new show, Rap Shit. And before we dive in, y'all, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, baby. Okay, y'all. Let me get my first thoughts out the way immediately because they aren't positive, but bear with me because my views of the show does change. I cannot lie. When the first episode dropped of Rap Shit, the first thing I did was took my lips up and said, I don't like they acting. But child, I am so easy because as the show went on, I started to enjoy the characters and I see the effort between merging Miami vibes and lingo with the actors. So I was a bit relieved. And I know that Y'all Heyyy and Y'all Heyyy are co-executive producers, so I am hoping they've been putting in a lot of input on how things should be said and how the 2 main girls, Shauna and Mia, portray real city Miami girls. Because let's be clear, all Miami girls isn't the same, but if the idea of the show is an imitation of somewhat how Y'all Heyyy and Y'all Heyyy is, well then, they are the best for execution. Now, just how I felt about the actors, I felt about the filming of the show, and by that I mean switching up my thoughts on it. I can't lie, I was a little skeptical with the idea of the show being filmed as if everything is a vlog, and not because it's a bad idea, because it's not. It's just the fact that it was making me a little dizzy and it was a distraction, especially when as a viewer, I'm not thinking this is how the shooting will be throughout the whole show. So it hit me like a whirlwind. But what I gravitated to with the shooting and editing is the fact that most of the times they are in situations where they are on live or a platform where with comments, we can see people's responses and how realistic it is to real life. So a lot of those comments had me laughing because I'm like, yep, I've definitely said that before or thought it. That was my quick spill of my thoughts about the opening of the show. Now let's break down the show. So we are first introduced to Shauna. No matter of fact, we are introduced to that throwback Trick and Trina Take It to the House, baby. Yes, sir. Them slide record, get down. That's that music that take me back to when I was living in a Parker Bean cheering for Gwen Cherry and we danced in a Trina at cheer competition because, I mean, baby, it's Trina. But I won't get into that. So anyways, we are introduced into Shauna, who I believe is the imitation of Y'all Heyyy. And she is working at her hotel job and a guest recognizes her as the rapper girl from some video that was trending a few years ago. And one thing about it, my girl got bars. So she was definitely snapping if you're into the whole pro-black, I'm standing up for us, this is the movement type of thing. I mean, we all are. But music-wise, So the guy asked her why she started rapping and she said she did it and put up her profile. And this girl is really in her whole I am a black queen vibe. And it's cool and all, but girl, take off that mask. Now I guess because of that encounter with the dude, she probably felt a little motivated and hit up one of her friends, some girl named Jill, who worked at Spotify, about talking to some girl named Crystal. But Jill hasn't been responding to Shauna, and it's probably because she's working. And to the outside world, her job definitely looks fun. But at the end of the day, it's work. But I won't get into that yet because I have a whole spill when it's time. So then we get introduced into this girl, Chastity, that calls herself the Duke of Miami. And Shauna and this dude, Maurice, is clowning her for basically being a little finessa, acting like she the plug that is always in everyone who has some type of status to them face and inviting them to the office. That little ass club. But it is a vibe, so I get why it's in the show. Moving on from her, we get introduced to Mia, who is the imitation of Y'all Miami. And baby, she is the wild card of the show. At least right now, because things will change real quick. Now, Mia's supposed to be the ghetto Miami girl with a huge social media following, with baby daddy problems, trying to find a way to provide for her child as best as she can. I mean, my girl got 3 jobs, so she is trying. Now, I can't lie, Mia was the one who was throwing me off with her Miami girl aesthetic, because I can tell she is the one that's supposed to mold in the twang and accent of a Miami girl. But it fell short, for me at least. But I like her character, so I'm going to let her live. And don't get me wrong, because people have this idea of all Miami girls, or at least city Miami girls, sounding like Y'all Miami, and that's just not it. So that's why I would let her live, because we all know Miami got her, you know, her own little twang child, you know. But anyways, Mia calls up Shauna, and baby Shauna was shocked and confused because her and Mia are not friends. They know each other, but not to the point of Mia calling her up asking if she can watch her daughter at damn work. Girl, oh no, what is that? But I ain't mad at it, because she was going to a job and no one else came through for her. So she did what she had to do, and she knew Shauna was somewhat of a reasonable and responsible person. So I mean, I get it. Now when Mia and Shauna are talking as Mia drop off her daughter, they're having a quick powwow, and Mia brought up how Shauna was signed. Clearly that didn't work out, because she's still working at the hotel, and that was like years ago. But it's more to the story she is not letting on. So Mia was bigging her up on her lyrics and, you know, her videos on social media, and asked why she be wearing that little mask in her videos. And basically Shauna has this thing about other female rappers having their ass and titties out. That's why when she's rapping, she be wearing that scary looking mask that she thinks is proving a point of her words mattering more than her looks. But at the end of the day, all people see is a scary mask, which is why it's hard for her to catch another viral moment. Speaking of, when the date is over, she goes home and she starts venting and expressing how upset she is, because she feels like the girls that are blowing up have no originality and basically can't compete with her. And to be honest, she's right. But what she is failing to realize is, if what you are currently doing isn't working, it's time to switch it up. And I don't mean switch them damn mask up, okay? But she was only feeling that way because the dude she was supposed to be signed to is now producing or managing some white girl. I'm not too impressed about the white girl, but she's doing the numbers that Shauna isn't. And that's where her anger stems from. But moving on from that, we get introduced to Shauna's dude, Cliff, who is in school all the way in New York. So they are in a long distance relationship, and of course that comes with insecurities on Shauna's part, because she feels like this one girl who she keeps stalking and finding on Cliff's page, Fatima, at his school, is getting too cozy with him. And then you got the dismissive actions and vibes on Cliff's part, because he says, you know, Shauna is overthinking things, but I mean, they both are on 2 different levels in their life right now and far apart. So I mean, her feelings are valid, but that isn't even the core or their current relationship problems. Right now, Shauna is feeling like her life is not progressing, while Cliff's life is on the right track and going upwards. And I don't think she feels like he would leave her, but she isn't playing no fool when it comes to the things and people he could be doing. But overall, Shauna is just in a very dark space when it comes to her life right now. And because of that, finding the littlest thing wrong with Cliff is heightened right now. And he may be doing things he got no business doing, but it's all a assumption right now. Speaking of got no business doing, Lord Jesus, my girl Shauna is Shatavia for real, because she is out here big skimming, okay? So there was some white lady at the hotel that was cursing her out and basically being an ass. So she gets a video of her car so she can send to some dude and get some money from it. I mean, shit, if you gonna do it, might as well be someone called that pissed you off. But it's gonna come back around. It always do. Now, while Shauna is scamming, Mia is the OnlyFans girl, showing what she can to get what she can, child. and she is letting it all hang out. Now my girl wasn't getting much, but she also wasn't giving much. I guess it beats being in a strip club, that's for sure. So then we get introduced to Mia's baby daddy Lamont, because my girl just got done showing everything her mama gave her. So I know she's tired and she just fed up, while her piss poor baby daddy around here lacking in every aspect possible. So she calls him up and he in the studio, and I'm assuming producing for someone, and he walks out when she called. And they are going back and forth about the rent that he owes her and why he didn't pick up his child from school. Now around this time is where I started to like Mia character, because baby, a real Miami girl came out of her real quick when she was snapping on him, and I felt it through the TV. Now I can't lie. When she said stupid ass jit, I laughed so hard because I see what they were trying to do, but it really didn't hit how it was supposed to. But she still held that scene down, I will say that. But at this point, Lamont is clearly no good, or at least he's moving how he wants to move. And he don't handle his personal business with the same energy he has for his work business. So that is where the two of them clash. But I can tell there is going to be a lot coming from his ass, that's for sure. Now earlier in the show, after Shauna babysat for Mia, Shauna wanted to hang out with her. And like I said, they weren't friends. So it was one of those, hey girl, let's catch up over drinks moments. So Shauna DM'd Mia, and Mia didn't respond at the moment. But now that her baby daddy done pissed her off, she wants to go out and catch a vibe. So she responded to me, Shauna. And the two of them went out. Now Shauna chose the first place they went to, and it really wasn't hitting on anything. So that's when Mia took her to the office, because she never been, and baby Shauna was showing out like she never been anywhere. I mean, technically she didn't, but still, my girl was having a good time, okay? So after those vibes, they left and just started drinking in a car and having a kiki while Mia is on IG Live. And this was the part that got me hyped, because it was so much going on and it ended with a bang. So as they are on live, of course, a few people are in the chat commenting and responding to them. But at this point, they are so drunk and in their own world, getting all emotional and sentimental. And it all started with Mia telling Shauna she didn't want to go out with her. And I mean, well, we knew that, which is why she didn't respond to her the first time. And Mia also told Shauna how in high school, she used to always act like she was better than everybody. And Shauna told her that she never meant to make her feel anyway, and how she dropped out of college to work for a producer who I assumed to be the producer dude, Boom, that we saw earlier in the show. But needless to say, Shauna was basically telling Mia that, girl, I ain't better than no one. I'm in shambles like the rest of y'all. Basically, that's what she was saying. At least that's what I got from it. Now, while they are saying all of this, they have totally forgotten they are on live. So all the people in the comments telling them they need to log off and stuff. It was too funny. And then the song it started playing, and it got them out of their little fake deep emotional moment. And Mia told Shauna that she got to do a freestyle, because I mean, why not? So Mia changed the song to Can't Wang With It, Can't Wang With It, Can't Wang With It, Can't Wang With It. Yeah, so clean, yeah. Which is funny, because when they first met up in the show, Shauna was telling me how she finally knew how to do the dance. So this was a full circle moment. And man, listen, baby, when I say Shauna went crazy, I ain't lying. And this was like a freestyle. So earlier in the show, Mia was talking about seducing and scheming on her story, just complaining about men and, you know, certain situations and things. And Shauna remembered it and started freestyling using that as the hook. And she went dumb. I can't lie. I jumped out the bed and I started shaking my ass and something because this is definitely a banger. And all of a sudden, Mia Live started blowing up, and Mia said they should start a rap group. And baby, things are going to kick off from there. All I know is it took the whole episode, but that Seduce and Skin, Seduce and Skin, that whole freestyle is what got me locked in and loaded for the show. Granted, all of their little side problems is going to be great for the show as well, but these songs are about to blow the show up, if we're being honest. And it's just funny because Shauna rap is more black power, black people, black movement related. But baby, Mia is going to give her a new outlook that's going to get them going, and I can't wait to see that chaos. But with that being said, you already know what it is and how it goes down over here. Like this video and show your girl some love. Comment your thoughts and let's discuss what you thought of season 1. Episode 1 of Rap Shit and where we think things are going to head. And last but certainly not least, subscribe and join the queen, baby. Bye.